Hi, I'm Leslie from Paper Daisy Design, and today I'm going to show you how to tie a San Diego jam knot. The knot is going to be used to hang a swing shelf. Alright, so I fed my rope through the 2 holes in my cedar swing. And so you have your 2 pieces of rope. And one is like what I'm calling the tail. And it is about, it's about 25, 26 inches long, okay? We're going to take both pieces of rope and you're going to cross the tail over the other piece of rope and create like a loop, okay? And you're going to keep your finger in the little loop that you create. And I'm going to scoot this down a little bit because I really only want this piece here to be about 5 inches long in order for everything to work out right. Okay, so I've got my finger in the loop and I've got my 2 pieces and I'm going to start wrapping the rope around the 2 pieces, loops like this. So now I'm going to come up, I have my tail here, what's left of it, and I'm going to go through the X and then through the loops. Now you can kind of work this. It seems like it's really not long enough, but you can kind of wiggle the rope around and kind of pull that up. And just feed it through all those loops you created by wrapping around the rope. Okay, just like that. And when you get your rope at Home Depot, they are kind enough to melt it for you so that it doesn't fray. I don't like the way it looks, but we're going to deal with that in a second. So just feeding this through the loops, and I still have my finger in that other loop, my first loop, and I'm going to feed it through there. And then I'm going to start to pull everything kind of nice and tight. You kind of pull on both pieces of rope so that it slides down. And you want it to be kind of centered. Alright, so now we have this what's left of the tail. And I take that and I create just a simple knot because I don't like the way it's hanging there. I tried to make it so that on the other one, the knot is facing toward what I'm going to hang it in the back. So I want to do that in the same way. So it's kind of coming toward me. So I'm going to wrap this around like this and slide it through the hole here so that it just creates a basic knot. Okay. So now that we have the knot done, we still have this tail, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clothespin and kind of grab all the threads together, and I'm going to cut it pretty close to the knot. And you want to use a really good pair of scissors here. These are my sewing scissors that I only use for fabric and such so that they're nice and sharp. And then that end there, I'm going to cover in fabric glue. Just like that. And now we'll let that dry, and I will cut the rope to the length that I need to hang in the shower, and I'm going to do the same San Diego knot on my loops here. I have drywall anchor hooks installed. After I installed them, I hung the rope and got the swing level, and I made a little mark on the rope so I know where to tie the knot. So I'm going to loop that little mark around this bottle so I can slip it off once I tie the knot. The tail, remember we talked about the tail last time? It's not quite 26, 27 inches, it's more like 25, so it's going to make tying the knot a little harder, but it'll still work out. So again, I'm going to check that, and that's there where I want it. I'm going to cross the tail over the other piece of rope and wrap it around my finger. And I'm going to then wrap the rope around the 2 pieces of rope several times, about 4 or 5 times. I'm going to feed it through the center. I'm And like I said, it'd be better if my tail was a little longer, but it's going to work out fine. Now I'm going to start feeding it through the loops. Again, I'm keeping my finger in that loop I created in the beginning. Alright, so now down to the end, I'm going to pull my loops tight. And don't worry about getting them too tight. You can actually take it off of your bottle and kind of pull it that way till you get it. And you can move it up and down till you get it tight now. So I'm going to leave it like that until I get it on the hook, and then that way I can kind of make some adjustments. But you see, here's my little mark that I had made previously. Here's a look at the swing shelf hanging in the shower. As you can see, it adds extra storage and looks really cute. We took the loops that I created on the bottle and transferred them to the hooks. And then I trimmed a little bit of rope that was left and put glue on it as before. Thanks for joining me for this tutorial. Obviously, this swing shelf can be adapted to use in many locations, not just a shower. I'd love to see what you create and where you hang your shelf. Be sure to visit me again at paperdaisydesign.com and drop me a photograph of your swing shelf project.